Hebrews, Hebrews. This is Prophets of Awakening. This is our Sabbath class, 26th of June, 2021. What we're going to be dealing with later on, and also on the evening class, is the books were scattered along with the Israelites. So I'm asking everybody to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. So shalom and welcome to everybody. This is a non-Messianic channel. We're dealing with Torah and Tanakh only. So with that being said, we're going to go into our a moment of silence, Sabbath prayer and Psalms, and then do a little current events. Okay. Oh Lord, I pray unto you, Lord, my God. We make our confessions. O Lord, the great and dreadful God, keeping the covenant and mercy to them that love thee and to them that keep thy commandments. O Lord, righteousness belongeth unto thee, but unto us a confusion of face as it is this day. To the men of Judah, to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, through all the countries whither thou hast driven us, because of our trespass that we have trespassed against thee. As it is written in the laws of Moses, all this evil has come upon us in the land of our captivity, here in the Americas, Caribbeans, Great Britain, and Africa. O Lord, according to all thy righteousness, I beseech thee, let thine eyes and thine anger and thy fury be turned away from thy city Jerusalem and thy people and thy holy mountain. O Lord, hear this prayer and cause thy face to shine upon thy sanctuary and thy people for your sake. O Lord, open thine eyes and incline thine ears to hear and behold our condition. O Lord, hear. O Lord, forgive. O Lord, hearken and do. Defer not for thine own sake. O my Lord, for thy people and your land need you desperately at this hour. Peace be unto you. Okay, so I'm gonna deal with a little song right quick. Okay. Psalm 6. It's a prayer for mercy. It's a psalm of David. O Lord, rebuke me not in thine anger, neither chasten me in thy hot displeasure. Have mercy upon me, O Lord, for I am weak, O Lord. Heal me, for my bones are vexed. My soul is also sore vexed. But thou, O Lord, how long? Return, O Lord, deliver my soul. O save me for my mercy's sake. For in death there is no remembrance of thee. In the grave, who shall give thee thanks? I am weary with my groanings. All the night make I my bed to swim. I water my couch with my tears. Mine eyes is consumed because of grief. It waxes old because of all mine enemies. Depart from me, all ye workers of iniquity, for the Lord hath heard the voice of my weeping. The Lord hath heard my supplications. The Lord will receive my prayer. Let all mine enemies be ashamed and sore vexed. Let them return and be ashamed suddenly. So that's Psalms chapter 6. And it's the prayer for mercy. And I want to shine a light on verse 4. It says, it's David. David says, return, O Lord, deliver me, deliver my soul. O save me for thy mercy's sake, right? So what is he talking about? You go to Psalms 89. If you don't know anything about Psalms 89, get you a cup of coffee and a donut and read it. So it says, let me get it. Verse 20 says, I have found David, my servant, with my holy oil have I anointed him. With him My hand shall be established. Mine arm shall strengthen him. The enemy shall not exact upon him, nor the son of wickedness afflict him. I will beat down his foe before his face, plague them that hate him. But my faithfulness and my mercies, that's what he's talking about right here. My faithfulness and my mercy shall be with him, and in my name shall his horn be exalted. I will set his hand also in the sea, and his right hand in the rivers. And he shall and he shall cry unto me, thou art my Father, my God, and the rock of my salvation. So that's what David's talking about. The Most High says he got a promise with David, and his tender mercies are toward David. And that's what David reminded him of. So, like I said, once you understand who David is, I mean, and you look at it and see the Most High is he got a covenant with David, and he never left him. He always with him. So if whatever David doing, that's what I'm gonna do. So I was telling you how we not understanding that we can charge the Lord of hosts. We see how David continuously telling him, remember your tender mercies, remember your covenant you got with me. He's charging him. So, like I said before, he can't operate. That's a lie they told us when they said that he can do anything he want. He can't do anything he want. He's first of all, Yahweh over him, and then he got law, statutes, and judgments that he gave us. So if he can't come down, these fallen angels can't sleep with women. He can't come down and sleep with women. He bound. That's the reason why you keep seeing me playing this song. He's a covenant keeping God. He got a covenant. He can't come down and sleep with no women. So that's a lie. That's Gentiles and told us. Because he bound. And that's what Samuel, Nathan, Gad, and even Ezekiel, they charging him, reminding him of the covenant. Just like he reminded them of the covenant, they were reminding him. So the ones that understand, they charge him. Okay? All right. So we in current events. Anybody got any current events? Okay. About no current events. Okay, I got two. Before I get ready to go into this class. Get it. Tie your shoes up. I'm going all the way in. Right here. Like I said, once you figure out who you're dealing with, I showed you who Japhet is. Japhet ain't got nothing to do with Shem or Noah. It's Cain's children. So here they go right here. They work. See that? Scientists found fossils from a new species of humans that's 100,000 years old, right? They go to skeleton right there. So, like I say, you believe everything he say, something wrong with you. So scientists from Israel stumbled upon an unexpected discovery while studying fossilized pieces of bone dug up near a cement plant. The fragments from the skulls and lower jaw with teeth belong to a person who lived in the area some 130,000 years ago. But the humans is unlike anything we've known so far, right? So keep in mind, he lied to you. I showed you that, it was giants all over the land of Canaan. I showed you giants with David. It was giants with Abraham. When Abraham went to go deliver Lot, that was giants. Those people that's all around Sodom and Gomorrah and those 5 cities, them giants. Nimrod, the giant. So that's who captured Lot. So Abraham took 300 men and he went and rescued Lot. Them were giants. You can't take no 300 men. We just saw where Abishai killed 800 men by itself. So how you gonna take 300 men, regular men, and go and get Lot? Ain't no way. So anyway, it says the researchers gave it a new name since we're looking at the different species of humans that has been, so they didn't kept this species away from us. And now all of a sudden, 2021, it's a new species. So they're calling it NASA. I'm chopping this word up. Romula Homo after a location. Look at this, southwest of Tel Aviv, where it was discovered. That's in the Middle East. That's the land of Canaan. That's what the giants said. This human had particular characteristics unseen in other skeletal findings from the same period. The researchers found that NASA Roma Homo had a flat skull, very long teeth, and a jawbone with no chin. And the species may have lived outside of Homo sapien for more than 100,000 years, and they believe to be the precursor to the Neanderthal, the skull of which is seen above. The discovery might append everything we know about human evolution on Earth. You know, it ain't appending nothing. The Most High showed me. I know what these clowns did. So let's look at it. So he said right here, he got this new species that he found. It's a Romo Homo, got a flat skull, very large teeth, and a jawbone with no chin. Well, it looked like to me that's the characteristics you need to eat people. When the giants eating people, large teeth, no chin. Okay, so we know the giants was eating people. Hello,
Can we see the picture again?
you can't see it?
No, it's up too high.
Oh, okay. Let me turn this Bluetooth off too. Hold on a minute. Was that too loud?
Oh no.
Okay, let me turn this off. Okay, you see the picture?
That's good.
You see the picture?
Yeah, but both of those are the same species?
Can you see the picture?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Are both of those the same species though? Both those skeletons?
Uh,
Oh,
no, I don't think so. I think the one on the other side is a previous one. Well, and then it looked like cause look at the chin. They don't have no chin.
right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. Like if you know anything about skulls, you can tell over here, this closest one got Negroid features. You can tell the way the bones, and the one over there is more European.
Yeah.
But notice the teeth. See that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we don't do. Like I said, thinking like a Hebrew. See that? Them teeth right there is that's what you need to eat humans with.
Hmm.
We can't eat no humans. We don't have the teeth to do that. And then we definitely don't have the jawbone of strength. So these they've been there. He done lied to us and told us and gave us the JC story, and ain't no giants included in that.
Hmm.
But the giants all over the whole reason why the whole reason the flood came was because of the giants. Okay, so let's do this. So I'm doing I'm gonna do a couple of pictorials today. So let me get this right quick. So let's look at it. Because like I say, when all this information, the light shined on it, you know, you gotta it's gonna help you. So here we go. Let me get out of this. Okay, here we go. So this on the walls, and it's on the walls in all the temples in Egypt. Remember, it's the 6 day man. Genesis 1:26. 1:26 is he created a man and a woman. Then he rested on the 7th day. Then he came back on the 8th day and formed Adam. Adam and Ham, a woman. So the 6 day people is the Hamites. Ham. So with that being said, let's look at this. See behind me right here? Look at that. Okay. Mess that up. Let me cover this up. All right, see that giant? That's a giant. It's on the walls in Egypt. See this right here? They got a block right there. But they making, he told them blocks for the pyramid. And this clown told us they don't know how they built the pyramid and who built it. They go to, it's on the wall in Khufu and all those temples all over and all those walls all over Egypt. Right here, he's showing you the giant. See that? They go to block. So it tell you how strong they are. You got one over here. See, they got the blocks right there. It's showing you a picture of the block. See that? That's the same block. He told me. So the thing is, he ain't they're so strong and powerful. They got supernatural strength. You know, like I say, see how he built. See that they had elongated. See these legs, and they elongated. But it is, when you look at that, you gonna say, well, he ain't strong. He's supernatural strength. That's what he got. Supernatural, divine strength. So they're the blocks right there. He told the blocks, but they got us so brainwashed and duped that we can't even see that, and it's right there in your face on the wall. Okay, that's just one example. And so these skulls right here, same skulls. Let me go back. So there go the skulls right there. Yeah. Now all of a sudden, he's trying to make us think they found a new species, but Yahweh, and our forefathers, Enoch and Jared, Methuselah, Noah, they know they were giants. David killing giants. Probably killed this right here. You know what I'm saying? But they got us so duped. And so, like I said before, how in the hell you gonna read the Bible? You don't know this. You can't. You be falling backwards in the dark. Okay, let me get this right quick. So, let me get this. Anybody got any more comments on that?
Do you think these things coming back?
Yeah. Well, see what it is. I'm gonna go into that in a minute, but I was telling you how the spirit that's in these giants. First of all, they live for a long time. They live for a long time, and that's the two reasons why they never would submit to the most high. I told you it's some circumcised ones. Most High put a spirit on, but those other ones, Og and Sholon or whatever that name, all of them, they ain't trying to hear nothing the Most High say. And it's cause of this they strength, and then they live so long. So they wanted to live forever, but that's why the Most High sent those 7 angels and killed them. When he killed them, that spirit didn't come from heaven, so it stayed upon the earth. So that spirit has been wandering all this time. So what you have to understand is, how you gonna deal with that? That spirit been here forever, and he come upon you. He's super sharp. You can't deal with him. He gonna manipulate you if you ain't caught up. Especially where we at now, we lacking knowledge. You gonna trick you off. So they want bodies back. So that's what they didn't want dealing with this DNA. They didn't want going back, getting those pharaohs and getting that DNA, trying to bring the flesh part back. That's how they gonna come back. It's the spirit, these spirits of these giants. They're still upon the earth, one in the earth, manipulating people, tormenting people. I'm gonna read that in a minute. Let me read it right now. Let me read that right now. It's just like I don't know if you're familiar with the story about the red-headed giant that showed up in Afghanistan. You seen that?
No.
Yeah, they found when they was over there. The troops that was over there when they went over there for the Afghans or the war. They was over there, and that people don't tell you about that region. That region is got caves all over the place. Well, you know, a lot of them caves ain't been explored. So it was a regiment, or I guess you could say, or elite group of soldiers that they had sent over there and this giant come running out of this cave. Red-headed giant, like about 12 feet tall.
Right. Wasn't that
Killed
earlier
about,
this year, Leonard? Wasn't that earlier this year we was talking about that?
yeah, right, yeah, right. It's on. I don't know the name of the video, but I
Yeah.
have the. So he killed a couple of them. Well, first of all, he had killed the one group because they lost radio contact with the first group. And they didn't know what happened, so they sent another group in. When they got there, they found out what happened. He had killed all of them, but they ended up putting that live fire on the machine guns and all that and killed him in the face. They
Yeah, I
shot his face.
remember you talking about that. Yeah. Okay.
So that's them. They're manipulating the DNA. They're going in because, like I was saying before, they have technology now where they got those you had the firefly that can blink at night, the light,
Mm-hmm.
and they can take a monarch butterfly. They can go in there and get that specific gene characteristic out of that firefly and put it in the butterfly, and the butterfly start blinking.
Mm.
So all they need to do is go and find a bone or anything of that giant. They can go in and get that DNA and reproduce it. But they don't want us to know all that. And that's what they're doing. That's what they're manipulating with. That's what they was doing before the flood.
I'm
Like
wondering. I'm
go ahead.
wondering, could this vaccine be tied to something like that?
Right. I believe it is. Like I said, they said, but we can't talk about that on here.
Right. Right. Right.
So yeah, the guy was saying he came up dead. He said that they had those nanobots in the water. It's been in the water way back in the 95, it's dormant. It's got a frequency that is tied to HARP. They can send a frequency out, and that frequency trigger them nanobots and wake them up. So everything they need to do is already inside of us. They put it in the water. We drinking it, but like I said, they dormant. And then it could even be where those that whatever in the vaccine can trigger. Because I was looking last night where the guys was talking about it. Everybody looking at the amount of people that died from the virus, but he gave a number of the amount of people that's like over 67,000 that died from
Right.
took the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't talking about that. But yeah, anyway, so let me read this right quick. I think it's in 71, Enoch 71. Yeah, I'll find it. Anyway, so yeah, let me keep going. Okay. Anybody got any more questions on that? Okay. So next one is about like I say, you would think that Trump is going away, but I don't see him going away because of some of the things I see them doing. So right here, we got right here. It says, can you see that? Can you
Yes.
see that?
Yes.
So it says Trump underlying rally message is clear. Fear me. So check out what he's doing. This Esau at his finest. I told you Esau, super sharp. So it says early this month. Remember how he came on the scene before through talking about Obama didn't have no birth certificate. And then all that. That's how he came on the scene. Nobody had no idea they were gonna stick him in the White House. But anyway, it says early this month as Donald Trump delivered his keynote address, and like I said, this is something we sleeping on. The keynote address to the North Carolina Republican Party annual convention. See, he ain't bright enough to come up with this. It's that same think tank that's doing this, the same one wrote those words in red in the New Testament. They super sharp. It says the former U.S. president noticed something. His greatest crowd pleaser, look at this, of the night didn't come when he attacked the president, Joe Biden. See, trash Dr. Anthony Fauci. That's how these rednecks operate. Or repeated his lies about the 2020 election being stolen from him. He came when he railed against the critical race theory. That's what we're looking at. All this reparations in these different cities and putting up these black statues and Juneteenth celebration, making it a holiday. That's the racial race theory, saying that white folks denigrated the black folks, and the reason they in the predicament in. That's what he riding on. So remember that white folks got a serious problem with this. So that right there can lead him right back in the White House. He says, declaring that it should be banned from being taught to school children and government staff. See, there he is. That's bigger than dealing with Obama. Because all the white folks, we got a bunch of them out in the open about it, but we got just as many that's down with it, but they ain't gonna say nothing. They chameleons. So it says, in the days after he left the stage in North Carolina, the twice impeached ex-president delightfully remarked to those close to him that he drew the biggest, largest, loudest applause from the Republican crowd, especially when he stated going after critical race theory. See that? According to the two people familiar with the matter. So they gonna use Donald Trump, but like I said, because you've been brainwashed, he got all these different options. He being Esau, so all he trying to do is find a way how to get the people behind Trump. And he hit the jackpot right here with this critical race theory. And that's what he gonna run off of. He did it before with playing with our mind, got us, he brought Obama on the scene, knowing that all the 95, 99% of the blacks are gonna jump on it. They ain't analyze him. They just looked and said he's black. That's how he worked. So now here we come. Get ready for him. So like I was saying, you're being manipulated. You gotta understand that. So JC, no matter how you feel about it, Esau set that up. You're being manipulated. You got his finger in your ear. As long as you're dealing with JC, Esau got his finger in your ear. Because that's a lie from the pits of hell. So you can get emotional and anything you want to do with it, but he concocted him. He garbage. So you can't, if you don't understand it, there's something wrong. Yeah. So let's go ahead. Okay. Yeah, you got to get to some point where you got to wrap your mind around that. Oh, got one more. This Esau at its finest right here too. Okay. I don't know anybody know about this person right here? Anybody ever heard of Amber Ruffin? Anybody heard of her?
No.
I have not.
Well, get a chance, get you another donut and Google it. So it says Amber Ruffin as some of us sunken black history, white or conservative or trying to hide. So what this the point I'm trying to, I don't want to go too far in, but this how he manipulated us, and this really is an insult. So look at her. So you would think it's something good, right? Look what you got on. See that? We ain't paying no attention to all that. See, that's homosexuality.
Right.
See that? And then look up here. I wouldn't be surprised if it ain't a dude.
Yeah, she looked like a
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying?
And
So
just
he
like you said earlier, we just looking at the skin color. We don't go past that.
right. And so he diabolical. That's diabolical. But look what's going on. Summer, the time when the families head to the nearest body of water to splash around and evade all the stinging insects that, look at this, and that breed in the landlocked bodies of water. What could be sinister about a good old American lake filled with people jet skiing over the literal corpses. Look at this, jet skiing over the literal corpses of black communities destroyed and submerged, so that the largely white communities can enjoy Bud Light Lime in the sort of post-pandemic fresh air and wait. We just heard it, and so did Amber Ruff. So she's coming from like a Afrocentric perspective to make you think that, you know, that's a good thing. But look at the picture. Look at her. So another example of that is Black Lives Matter. You know, they didn't became billionaires on our emotion. Okay. So what you mean? What you saying? All three of them lesbians, Black Lives women. You know, let that firmate. You see, so when Fox News increased, and since conservative white people storming uh, beleaguered school board meetings to demand that progressive demon Duju critical race theory be banned from daring subjects that racial discrimination plus enslavement, oppression, and straight up a genocide played any part in the founding of this great slave-built native people murdering nation. Ruffin kicked off a segment of Friday's Amber Ruffin show so she got a show. Amber Ruffin show introducing viewers to the Georgia Lake Lanier, created by the flooding and primarily black town called Oscarville in 1912. So see what I just told you? What we just dealt with? That's what Trump dealing with. He just zeroed in on this critical race theory thing, and she playing the same card. So what that tell me is it's Esau. He done brought this person on the scene just like he using Trump. It's him behind it. They just pawns. And it's just beginning. Like I say, you finna start hearing all kind of stuff about this critical race theory. Because that's the final straw. They're trying to, what they want to do, they're trying to cause they're trying to bring the black folks and the white folks in the streets, you know, all out fight. That's what they're doing. That's why they brought black men, made him president out of blue. They know those white folks, they was gonna do something to them. Then they backdoored with the redneckest president you can get was Trump. So they setting the population up for a race war. You let that ferment. I'm just talking out loud. Okay, so anyway, let me get back over here. So anybody got any comments on that before we go into the lesson? I got a lot to say about the lesson, and then I got let me do part 2 tonight. Anybody got anything?
I got a comment about the giants.
Okay.
Or like a question maybe. Is it possible or too far into thinking, because this whole giant thing has been on my mind for a while. And what if, just, you know, theoretically speaking, that people that are above average height, like the NBA players, people that are like 6'7", 6'8", 7 feet, what if those people also have like Nephilim DNA inside of them, you know, abnormally large, tall people?
Well, the thing about it is, when you say, I don't know if you ever heard of, it's called giantism. It's where the bones just keep growing and growing in a person. That's how you get so tall. But you have other people that, you know, they got, you know, you got men that's 6'7", 6'8", all that. That's, you know, that's humans. But how you detect that is the abnormal growth, and then it's like you know, it's ailments. It's ailments, and let me show you what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna deal with the melanin in a minute. And the melanin is what's tied to it. But if you don't understand what melanin is, you won't understand where all these defects coming from. Like I was saying, David was able to kill Goliath because Goliath was a giant, but he couldn't move. If you go back and look at the story, he can't see. First of all, he told David, "Come close so I can see you," because he got a vision problem.
Right.
He not needed. He can't move right. So that, but he giant. He depend on his strength. If he get his hand on you, he gonna do damage. But David moving outside of there and killed it. They defect, they deform. Like what we seen with the no chin. You know, all this stuff those are defects. And it's coming from angelic DNA being mixed with human DNA. So so what we're gonna do is go right to JC. This is gonna kill JC. So like I was saying before, in the beginning, the creator Yahweh said he formed the earth and it was good. And he caused the water, the land to come up out of the water, it was good. So where did these deserts come from? If he formed the soil and its seedlings and all in the soil and trees and vegetation grow up, where the deserts come from? Something had to happen to the area for it to be like that. He ain't created like that. So where these giants come from? Why they defective? Why they ain't agile like we are? Because it's an abomination. Something else going on. That should be a trigger right there for you. So let me see where I'm at. David, I think it's 2 Samuel. Let me get back quick. 2 Samuel. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let me go back here. Yeah, it's important, so that's why I need to find it. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's chapter 2 Samuel chapter 5. And it says, verse 6, this is when David captured Zion. So Zion was a city, was a Canaanite giant city before David conquered it. It was called Jebus. So I'm in chapter 5, verse 6 says, and the king and his men went to Jerusalem unto the Jebusites. See that it was Jebusites, the giants. And so David getting ready to take the city, but we're gonna read the story, what it's saying. It says, and Jerusalem went unto Jebusite, and the inhabitants of the land which spake unto David, saying, except thou take away, look at this, the blind, the lame, thou shalt not come in hither, thinking David cannot come in. So what's going on? I showed you these giants told these big old blocks. So they would build these big old megalithic cities and walls. You can't get in them, in there. No regular men can't pick the stones they can pick up. So they build these big old walls and you can't get in there. So he tell him right here, he says, say, except you take away the blind and the lame, thou shalt not come hither, thinking David cannot come in hither. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion, the same as the city of David. Now, here we go, 8. And David said on that day, whosoever getteth up to the gutter and smiteth the Jebusites, and the lame, look at this, and the blind that are hated of, look at this, hated of David's soul. David's soul hate the lame and the blind. So here comes JC laying hands on the lame and the blind. Come on. So look at this. He says, and David said on that day, whosoever getteth up to the gutter and smiteth the Jebusites and the lame and the blind that are hated of David's soul, he shall be chief and captain. Wherefore they said, the blind and the lame shall not come into the house. So you let that register for a couple of days. So we see right here that killed Matthew all the way to Revelations. You know, Yahweh ain't dealing with no lame and no blind. Why? Because it's defects that came from when these angelic beings slept with these women.
Right.
They mix human DNA with angelic DNA, and those are the side effects of it. And so, like I said, you keep hearing me thinking like a Hebrew. So we can't even deal with Yahweh because of, like I said, you got a snake, a little baby snake. Well, hell, he gonna get big.
Right.
So what you marveling over the little baby snake for? You know what gonna happen? He gonna get big and he gonna bite you if you make the wrong move.
Mm.
So when you found out who Japhet is, yeah, he got some little kids, but hell, they gonna get big.
Mm.
Come on, we fumbling with it. But like I say, everybody can handle that. So this is how I told you Abner and David and Samuel and Ezekiel. That's how these men thought. They was rough around the corners. He ain't had no little boys fumbling with the affairs of the Most High. These men was rough around the side. You couldn't even, when they seen something that wasn't right that the Lord of hosts had told them, they dealt with it. We in a position now. He put us in this position, brought us over here. We can't do that. We can't. Like I say, we be doing 2 life sentences. If we was to execute righteousness on the earth, we'd be doing 2 life sentences. We gotta wait on him. Okay. What's up, D-Ray? Okay. So yeah, I want to show you that. So all that's coming from these giants being they playing a major role. So what happened was when you start talking about the giants, they the ones that changed the course of everything. They changed the course. We don't even really know because they changed all that when they came on the scene. That's what the purpose of the flood was, to get rid of all them and refresh the earth and start again. But like I told you, what we ain't understanding is, like I said, these angels, they had the ability to sin and descend. So just like I told you with the flies, you got dung on the ground and the flies on it, you fan them, they just fly up and then when you leave, they come back down on top of it. So when the water flood came, they got wings. They just went up. And then when the flood was over with, we know they came back down because the giants all over the land of Canaan after the flood. 2 incursions. They came in Genesis chapter 6, then they came after the flood and started. And you say, well, what they doing? They cold trailing Cain's descendants. Look at this. Genesis. They can't deal with Adam descending. Adam got 7 angels watching them, so they dealing with this wicked ass race. Japhet. They coming down and ascending on them. So let's look at it. Genesis chapter 6. Genesis chapter 6. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, daughters were born unto them, right? So what's going on? Okay. They watchers, first of all. Like I said, we're not dealing with the words. A watcher, what are you doing? You watching. Huh? So it was one woman in the garden, and it's an angelic being over these watchers, wicked watchers. So he went in the garden. But they there too. There was a third of them kicked out with him. He went in. They watching. And he tricked. What the Bible say? He wholly seduced Eve, and got Cain. We're not gonna fumble with it. He got Cain. Well, now these watchers, and it came to pass when men begin to multiply on the face of the earth. They don't care about the man, and daughters were born to them. Now it's a whole bunch of daughters. Now they come down and did what the serpent did in the garden. See that? Then I told you 3. And the Lord said, my spirit. See that? The spirit he put in Adam ain't in these people. It's a different spirit in them because it got angelic DNA mixed with human DNA. A different spirit in them. And that spirit didn't come from heaven. So when that flesh body dies, it don't ascend. It stay on the earth, tormenting people. Right? So it says right here, in verse 3, the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Then the question that you asked, There were giants in the earth in those days. See that? I ain't right. I ain't concoct this. He says there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God went into the daughters of men. So that's how you get a giant. So the flood came, he wiped them out, but they came right back down on Mount Hermon, came back down again and went to the Canaan, curse seed, and starts interbreeding with them again. That's how you got giants all over the Middle East and all over Africa. It came right back down. And like I said, they emulating the seven. They got us thinking it's one. And I showed you last night, when they come down, there's seven of them. Like Daniel said, he went to the closest one that was there. But they done tricked us off, got us thinking it's one being that's coming. But it's seven of them. And then so they emulate that. When they came down to Egypt, it's more than one of them. They came down in Egypt, emulating what the Most High done. And they started sleeping with women. And that's the reason why we know where it happened there, because when you do your homework, it's giants all over Egypt. And then they got it on the wall and in the tombs. They're showing you and not only that, this is what I'm getting ready to go into. They're showing you their color. Look, let me show you. See that? Burnished brass. So you say, what you talking about? Well, look behind me. That's the Lord of hosts. See the white hair? Burnished brass. So that brings me to this next video, and we're gonna go into the class. Any comment before I go into the class? A question?
Yeah.
What you got?
Wait. Okay, so given that in the New Testament they make it like the Most High used His Spirit to impregnate a human with His Son, but historically, like in the Old Testament and in those other books that they removed from the Old Testament, there's no such, thing. And then when we see what the angels did do uh, by interacting with human beings, that's just as wicked as the story in it, or the story in the New Testament is just as wicked as what the angels did.
Right.
Yeah, if somebody, like you say, rightly divide, think like a Hebrew, figure it out that here they go with this sexual move to try and produce something for their good. It just would, to me, it wouldn't make sense that our Creator would do something as wicked as what those angels did.
Right. But like I was saying before, that's what we're not understanding. Like the video, I mean the song, the brother keep playing about deeper. He's saying, well, why they hate us so, and why they keep on trying to provoke us. He said it's got to be something deeper. Well, that's what we're dealing with. This is what the average Hebrew is like, and average black man don't understand. Yeah, it's way bigger than what you think it is. And then these people ain't, they ain't how we been brainwashed. I'm showing you. They telling you Ham, Shem, and Japheth came from Noah. They ain't come from no Noah. By telling you that, you thinking we all the same. Like I say, you sitting over there looking at a little bitty baby. Hell, well, he gonna get dead. Shit, and look what they did when they came to the west coast of Africa. Who would do that? A human who would go to and get a whole race of people on ships and bring them over to another place, beat the hell out of them, and continue to beat them, and then now in 2021, you acting as if it ain't happened.
Right.
So it's some subhuman about that. But like I said, we ain't as long as you're dealing with JC, you can't think straight.
Okay.
That's the block. That's the roadblock.
Mm.
So because you want to say, he looked under the throne, and it was of all nation and all kindred and all people, and the Lamb had the book in his hand. Oh man, you can't. That's garbage.
Mm.
I mean, I don't mean to hurt nobody's feelings, but we seeing he went and it's a particular race of people he went and got
Right.
from Egypt. And then he's the God of Israel. He wrestled with Jacob. Okay, let's look at that. One
Mm,
minute. Give me 1 minute. I'm doing a pictorial today. Okay, let's look
mm.
at that. Okay, give me a minute. It look like I'm gonna make it to the video. Okay. So I showed you. He described how Jacob looked. David looked. He was ruddy, which is the same thing as Burl. Lord host Burl, the same color. So here we go, right here. See that? Let me open it up. See that? See this angel right here. Lord of hosts Michael wrestling with Jacob. Yeah, Burl. He brown. We going somewhere with this, and he brown. See that? Willie hair. Okay. So now let's look at this here. We found it. So here we go right here. See that? That's on the wall right there. Egyptian telling you that. You ain't got to go to Oxford or Harvard nowhere. Right here. He's showing you on the wall. See that? They go to man right there. That's Melanie. That's the 6-day man, right? They go to man right here, Israelite. Look at his color. Burl, brown skin. They go to Talmud right here. This is the mix. It's 4 men, right? It's 4 men in Genesis chapter 10, verse 1. So here you go. Here go the mixed one. See that? This man right here mixed with this man. This the white man, Talmud. Got this one, the mulatto. They go to 4 men right there. They showing you on the wall. Ain't no other man. Ain't no other men. And so what they did is they took, and I showed you what the giant is, the Egyptian is the giant. Mazarine. That's the Egyptians. Another name for the Egyptians. They giants. So there it is right there. So we sitting there, like I said, you ain't got to go to seminary or Oxford nowhere to get. Yeah, it is. You ain't even got to do no reading. Okay? So let's look at that. Let's go keep going. Okay, so yeah, so like I said, you ain't got to do no reading on that. It's self-explanatory. Okay, so anybody else got anything? I was going.
I just had a little comment when you were talking about we were not created with all these defects, right?
Right.
We were created and we were beautiful. So when they came and got us and we were on the boat, that's why the Gentiles were raping the women and all of that, because they ain't never seen women like that. We were beautiful. We had nice bodies and all of that. And then when the men got here, the white women just flipped out over them. They ain't never seen men built like that.
Right. They ain't telling the story. They ain't telling the story because
right.
With Joseph. See, they done narrowed it down to Joseph and Potiphar's wife, but Potiphar's wife got sick. To the point she was vexed on David, his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
See? And so she got like right now we got a whole American society, 50 some states where you got friends all over the place. Where she got friends all over Egypt. So all her friends, they are royalty. So they say, "What's wrong with you? What's the deal with you? What's wrong with you?" And she said, "Oh, this that a Hebrew dude. I ain't never seen no man look like him. He got me vexed." So then they say, "Well, have a party. This been taken out. This is what I'm telling you about. The reason I'm doing this class. So this has been taken out of the book." So she have a party, and then she bring all her friends to her house. All them get vexed on Joseph.
Hmm.
Come on, cause he made different. He's
Right.
different. And then that's why we sitting around trying to figure out why we different.
Right.
That's is that. So they all Egyptian women that flipped out on David. David ain't thinking about him. I mean Joseph. He started trying to get in a place where he can deal with the Most High, and they said it's sexual because they've been brought in. You know, it's a different type of person.
Right.
So Esau being slick as he is now, he comes. He don't want you to know that, so he say Ham, Shem, and Japhet, all them Noah's sons. There ain't none of Noah's sons. All you gotta do is look at the Japhet. He blonde headed, blue eyes. You
Right.
ain't see no black man having no blonde headed, blue eyed kid now. How the hell he had one then?
Okay.
Whole
Something
different
wrong.
recipe.
Mm-hmm.
He done brainwash you. And like I say, you looking at me like I'm Skip Butler or somebody, but I'm showing you these blonde hair, blue eyes. How in the world is he gonna be Noah's son when he blonde hair and blue eyes? And green, red head. Look at the fire red head with the green
Right.
eyes. How is that no? How is that shit? Noah's son.
Right.
Yeah, we ain't thinking.
Right. Right.
So Japhet is he's the mingle seed, right?
Who that?
Japhet.
Oh,
He's from
well,
what's his origin? Because I know
Japhet
you
is
said
Cain's
it's
descendant.
like four types of. Mm.
It's what?
Japhet is Cain's descendants.
Yes, okay, that's the mingle seed. Okay.
Mm.
Right. So like I said, back to word etymology and words. They done tricked us off with that. So cursed. What do curse mean?
To take away the melanin.
Take away the melanin. Turned white. He Elijah servant Gehazi went back behind his back and got all that gold and stuff from Naaman, and then Gehazi or Lord of Hosts showed him that he said your servant ran behind Naaman and got all that gold. And so he asked him when he came back, "Did you go and get something from Naaman?" And he said no. Then he cursed him. He
Mm.
turned him white. So he turned Miriam white. He took the melanin out of Miriam, but
Mm-hmm.
Moses was standing there. That's what I'm talking about now with these Most High God Levites he done raised up.
Mm-hmm.
We fumbling with them. So Moses said, "No, Lord." Like I said, he charged you. He said, "Don't leave her like that, like one that's dead with no skin on them." He said,
Right. No color, no nothing.
"Bring it back, bring her back." So they left outside the camp for 6 days. Then on the Shabbat, he brought the skin back. Then they moved on. But
Mm.
what nobody there to intercede for Cain. He turned Cain white. Let's look at it. He turned Cain white. When his anger get kindled, that's what he do. So he turned Canaan because Japhet slept with Noah's wife and got Canaan. Okay, so let's look at it. That's what these people do. They sexual. That's what they imparted on us over the 400 years we've been here.
Right.
So look at this. You know, we're gonna look at it because you're gonna say, you know, I done created a whole other story. So I mean, so he wicked as hell. And that's how the Most High dealt with him because he wicked as hell. So I mean, I'm going two places. The first place I'm going is in Genesis chapter 4, verse 10. This is what Cain killed Abel. See, he wicked as hell. He killed Abel. He the first thing that came out after Adam was formed. Why is he so wicked? You gotta look at that. This the first thing Most High created Adam, formed Adam. This the first fruit of Adam. He's wicked as hell. They ain't on his son. The serpent came in the garden and slept with Eve and got him. So it says 10. And he said, "What hast thou done?" We know what he done. He killed his brother. The voice of thy brother's blood crieth underneath from the ground. And now art thou cursed. See that? We fumbling with this word. Cursed from the earth. See that? From the earth. Melanin. Melanin, the Most High whole creation was created by the melanin, the dark matter. So it says, now thou art cursed from the earth, which has opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto her strength. The melon is the strength. A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And Cain said, look at this, unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. He can't bear it because he took the melon out of him. Then he said, behold, thou hast driven me out this day from the face of the earth. From the face of the earth shall I be hid, and I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth. And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. Why are they going to slay him? They're going to see he white. He don't look like none of them. So then he says, 15, then the Lord said unto him, therefore whosoever slept Cain's, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. Now, he go out, just like they tricked us off with Japhet being Noah's son right here. They want to trick you off with the mark. It says, the Lord set a mark upon him, lest anyone find him shall kill him. What's the mark? He turned him white. Let's go back and look at it. And like I said, you got scholars and mega pastors and rappers and everybody else, you know, fumbling with this. Here we go right here. Let me show it to you again. We're going right back here. There we go. So this way back to the getting excited. Okay. See that? I showed you this a while ago. Let me get this right quick. See that? There you go. There go the white man right there. That's Cain descendant. See that? So now I showed you it's 4 men. In Genesis chapter 10, they go to 4 men. Right here. They go to the dark one. Israelite. The mulatto, they're the white man. 4 people. 4 different type of people. He ain't no Noah's son. He ain't none of Noah's son. When you look at him, he turned him white for us to see. When you look at him, he's wicked as hell. We fumbling with it. When he got us over here now and gave us JC and all that, we ain't right in the vibe. Yeah, so now what I'm saying. So we fumbling with that. Let me get something like this. You know, they say words is, you know, pictures 1,000 words. So there it is. See? That's where you got to get to. You got to start thinking like a Hebrew. It's hammer time. So see that? So here it is right here. How in the world is he Noah's son? You know that? So like I said, you get a pass, you know, until the Most High send somebody, you know, that he can dealt with to show you. There it is. How is that Noah's son? It's a whole different argument. They not Noah's son. And like I say, even to today, we see it came to the west coast of Africa and got us. They wicked as hell. Cain killed his brother. They wicked as hell. And I'm showing you their origins. And what he did, he got old Tower Records when Epiphanies came and ran us out and we fled to the west coast of Africa. They got old Tower Records and hoodwinked. They ain't had no history. He just told you what they is. They wanderers and wander around. They're abomination. And then they got Hotel Records, and then they got Hotel Records and got our culture. Yeah. 1 minute. Okay. Y'all still there? Hello? Okay. Y'all still there?
We are here.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you about. This is prime. I'm glad it happened. So I was telling you about, see, when Mosiah said that he, you know, when he brought the flood, those spirits and those giants roaming the earth. They want to keep you in a certain place because they in charge now, and Esau. And so they didn't put this facade over the whole world, all these false lies and all that. So when you started working on people and waking them up, you always expect there's gonna be some kind of interruption. Supposed to be expecting that. That's how they operate. So like I said,
Right.
when you're on the phone, he's Prince of the Power out. So
Right.
I'm talking about the computer, the phone, all that. You're supposed to be expecting that. What you have to do when you're thinking like a Hebrew, if the phone go off, call back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Somebody come to the door, put it on mute, go handle that, come back. You don't get sidebar.
Right.
So
Keep on
that's what
going.
they've been doing. They've been doing that forever and a day. So, like I was saying before, you're dealing with powers and principalities. So they've been doing this for 1,000 years. You gotta understand how to operate with it. So, like
Mm.
I showed you that there ain't no way in hell that he J-Fat Noah's son. He ain't. He told him to go and get a male and a female from the 4 men I just showed you. He said, go and get a male and a female from all flesh. And the Egyptians showing you that it's 4 different type of men that was on the earth before the flood. And so he went and got a male and a female from each one of them.
So what complexion was the giants? Were they black?
They was black, but then he also cursed some of them too, turned some of them white, because like I said, uh, they went down into and intermingled like Esau went to Mount Hermon. Let's look at it right quick. Let me get my Bible. Okay, go to Deuteronomy chapter 2. Deuteronomy chapter 2. Okay, we got Deuteronomy chapter 2.
Yes.
So verse 10 says, the Emon. I told you that I am on the internet, let you know them giants. So the Emon dwelt in times past, a people great, many. See that? Great, many. It's a lot of them. It ain't like it's 2, 3 of them. Many and tall as the Anakim. See that? So that's one race. Verse 12. The Horum also dwelt in Seir. That's where Esau went. These are red-headed giants. So like I'm telling you, when you out and about in Walmart, wherever, and you see somebody with fire red hair, they ain't come from where you came from. So they came from right here. These Horum also dwelled in Mount Seir before times, but the children of Esau succeeded him. So Esau came in where they was at. They giants. Esau want the women. He wants some giant sons. So he married some of these Horite women, and he get these tall sons. The DNA. He wants the DNA part of it. So he married into them. Got the redhead children. Giants. That's what Amalek, Zephno, and that's who that is. And so all through chapter 2, you see all these giants. Go down to 23. The Avon, which the wealth and Horizon. They go like 3 different races of giants in verse 23. Verse 20, Zezimum, all these different races of giants. So some of them intermingling with people of color, and some of them intermingling with white folks. And so that's the part where people are understanding what's so amazing today with everybody on the line. If you got this DNA in you to the point where you ain't gonna respond to no scriptures in 2021. So I told you the Most High is a covenant keeping God.
Mm.
See what I'm saying? So let's go to Isaiah 44 and show you this is huge, but we fumbling with it. We ain't not realizing how we get to where we at and why we able to respond to the scriptures. It's because the God we dealing with is a covenant keeping God. So he says, Isaiah 44, verse 1. Yet hear, O Jacob. See that? Jacob, particular people, my servant, and Israel, whom I have chosen. Thus says the Lord that made thee and formed thee. See that? From the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jezreel, whom I have chosen. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty. That's us, the ones that responding in these last days to the Most High, to His word, to what's going forth. He says, I will pour water upon I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, floods upon dry ground. I will pour my spirit out upon thy seed, particular people, and my blessings upon thine offspring, and they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the watercourse. One shall say, I am the Lord's, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob, and another shall subscribe with his hand unto the Lord, and surname himself by the name of Israel. That's what y'all doing all over. That's what sister right here, Elena, did, and and got Israel. They renamed themselves. That's what he told us is gonna happen right here. So that's spectacular, because of what I'm showing you after all that happened, all the intermingling and mixing and all that. Here come Israelites in 2021, waking up, responding to the Most High. That's huge. Okay? Ain't that something?
Yep.
Okay, so we're gonna go to anybody else got any more questions? Keep on trying to make it to this video, but so here we go right here. So he said that like what I just read, he said that you're gonna surname yourself by the name of Israel, but he also said you're gonna turn to him. So it got all different type of ways. That's what you're looking for when you're dealing with people. That's why I say you can't just run up and talk to anybody. You end up getting getting yourself in trouble, because you got some people out there that ain't giving a damn about the Most High or about the Old Testament, nothing. So you have to check them out, observe them, check them out. Okay, here we go. This right here is huge in itself. So I'm gonna play it first, then we're gonna go into it. If I'm not mistaken, I played this a while back, but like I said, I try to overlap this information because you never know who Most High dealing with. So here we go.
When you imagine the world, the size of each continent, and where they sit in relation to each other, chances are your mental image looks like this. But as familiar as this picture of the world may seem, this everyday use map is actually very incorrect. Take a look at any map of the world. If it looks like this one, as most maps in schools do, then your whole perception of our world is incredibly inaccurate.
So this Esau at work again. We saw where he hoodwinked us on the Giants.
We all know that Africa is big. It is in fact a gargantuan place, which is something that our maps have often failed to portray. However, despite the common perception that Africa is a large landmass, it is still one that is vastly underestimated by most casual map viewers. As map nerds already know, this is due to the common use of the Mercator projection, the most popular map projection today, and almost certainly the one you are most familiar with. The only problem is that it makes countries near the poles look bigger, and those at the equator look smaller. This has distorted our geographical view of the world in a crucial way, one that often leads to misconceptions about the relative
understanding too. Not only the view, but the understanding.
Sizes of countries and continents. Because the world is a sphere, it is impossible to draw it on a flat surface without distorting it in some way. It is mathematically impossible to get it to lie flat. And that right there is the eternal mess of every map maker. The surface of a sphere cannot be mathematically represented as a plane without some form of distortion. Look at the size of Africa compared to Greenland. It is almost shocking to see Greenland on a map. It is absolutely humongous. It looks about the same size as the whole of Africa. But if you look at the true sizes of the land masses, you'll also see that it is much smaller. In truth, it is no bigger than the Democratic Republic of Congo. You could fit literally a dozen of Greenlands in Africa and still have a lot of room to spare. Greenland is certainly impressively large. If it were its own country, it would be the 12th largest in the world, and it is also the largest island on the planet. However, its position near the North Pole has dramatically exaggerated its proportion, since it is not, in fact, larger than Africa. Not even close.
Okay, so the name of this video is Why All Maps Are Wrong About Africa. So they'll move on. Let me show you what the reason they're doing this. So, okay, I'm in Genesis chapter 2, verse 8. It says, "And the Lord God planted a garden eastward of Eden, and there he put the man who he formed." So what is he saying? So let's look at it. So like I say, this one you gotta deal with this a whole nother way, because like I say, they got you going. So see that? That's you go Africa, right? You go Eden. It's Eden. Remember what these clowns just did? They created the map where trying to make it look it's denigrated the size, just like they denigrated the Lord of Hosts right here. They denigrated Africa. They got you thinking it ain't as huge and as humongous as it is. And then so he said he planted a garden east of Eden. They go to garden. They go Eden. They go east. See that? Middle East. So it's all one area. This whole right here. Tectonic plate right here. It's all one place. So if you ain't seeing it like that, then how you gonna read? How you reading the scriptures, and how you know what I'm saying? How you figuring out and putting Jeremiah and Hezekiah and all them into the picture? If you ain't understanding what's going on right here, this Eden is Africa, right? So I showed you in 126, he made a man and a woman. Let me read it. Come on. So Genesis chapter 126, he says, "And the Lord and the God said, Let us make man in our image after our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the fowls of the air, over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth." So God created man in his image. In the image created he him, male and female. That ain't Adam. See that? And he put them right here. So 1,000 years, one day with the Lord is 1,000 years. So this on the 6th day. 6 day passed. He rested on the 7th day. Then the 8th day came when he formed this man. Let me read that. So these people right here, they multiplied all over in Africa. 6 day man, they multiplied 2,000 years in passed. So chapter 2, verse 4. "These are the generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created in the day that the Lord God." See that now it's the Lord God. He on the earth. Say, these are the generations of the heavens and the earth when they were created in the day that the Lord God made the earth and heaven. Every plant of the field before it was in the earth, and every herb of the field before it grew, for the Lord God had not caused it to rain upon the earth, and there was not a man to till the ground. So he needed a man to till the ground. That's when he formed Adam. So 7, "And the Lord God formed the man." See how he talking? That means it's a man somewhere else. He says there was not a man to till the ground, so it's a man somewhere else. Then he says, "And the Lord God formed the man of the dust of the ground, and breathed into him, and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. Man became a living soul." Right? It says, "And the Lord God planted a garden eastward of Eden." He go Eden. This is where the man and the woman at. He planted a garden eastward. There it is. Then look, eastward of Eden, and there he put the man who he formed. There go Adam. Put Adam over here. So like I say, how you gonna read that if you don't understand that? So anyway, you say, "What you talking about?" Let's look at it. This, like I say, this thinking like a Hebrew. So with that being said, there we go. These are people right here. These are people we just dealt with. See that? Particular people. So let's look at it. See that? They go brown. Brown. They're going melanated, dark skinned. They got brown. They're going to be the people he was originally dealing with. So when they got out of line, he zapped them and turned them white. Come on. So now we all over here playing basketball and football and all that. Come on, excuse me. Playing basketball and football and all that, not understanding what he's done. This is the original people right here. This is the melanin right here. So let's look at it. So here go Enoch right here. That's Enoch. See that? See that? He's melanated. See that? That's why he's telling you how they look. They're going to Lord of hosts. They're going to Enoch. That's what he's telling you. It's in scriptures, right in our scriptures, but we ain't reading it because of JC. He got because his image of this JC. Oh, and then hoodwinked us. Like I said, then hoodwinked us on Africa. Been brainwashed. So you say, what you talking about? Okay. I showed you Jacob wrestled with an angel, and how the angel looking how he looked. Okay. So now this is what the scriptures come in at. I was telling you about the books being scattered. The books are scattered just as well as we were scattered. So, okay. Let's see where I'm at. Yeah. So I showed you, you would think this something simple, right? So here we go right here. And you say, well, what you talking about? Okay. This Enoch right here. I told we know he was taken up. See that? But when it ain't registering how he was taken up. He ascended. See that? He took him up. He took him up. He ascended into heaven. 2 angels came with him. And they ascended, he ascended up. Well, look. Then you want to know why you ain't dealing with the book of Enoch. Look at this. Okay. There you go. JC. There go JC. He ascended. So how you if you got this clown ascended, then how you gotta take this out. You gotta take this out. He ascended. But it ain't resting our head when they say he ascended. So he was taken up to heaven, right? So but now all of a sudden this clown taken up. And the only reason you believe in this, because this been held from you. This information right here been held, that Enoch was taken up. And so, like I said, see, you melanated. That's the melanin. The only way you can ascend up is the melanin. That's why he gave us the melanin. We the intellectuals, the knowledge and the word, and Enoch was the one who started writing. Okay? So, let me get off of this for a minute. So like I said, this simple stuff. Okay? Yeah, so like I said, notice they all, he going out his way. Let's look at it. He going out his way, that's the reason it's worded the way it is. We thinking that, oh man, why are he talking like that? God, he's trying to tell you something. So, Daniel. Right here. He going all out his way. Contrary to what these Europeans have said. He says, Daniel 10, verse 5, then I lifted up mine eyes. See that? He's going out his way to let you know what he see. He says, then I lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man, clothed in linen, whose loins were girded about with gold and upas, his body also like beryl. There it is, right here. I showed you. How Enoch look? Let me get it. Lord of hosts look. See that? There he is. Burl. That's what Burl is. See that? And then we see over here these people right here. These people, 6-day man and 8-day man. This is how they look. When he cursed Cain is when the white man came on the scene. Come on. So this, like I say, this is groundwork. Then you start reading. Okay? Get some more images right quick. Okay? This is Moses. Like I say, we've been phoning with it. There go Moses. There go Moses. Burl. Lord of hosts. So, get you another. It's Abraham. See that? Abraham. Another Lord of hosts. So, he said, what you talking about? Okay, if you playing Nintendo, right? And you got a card to go to the Nintendo game. If the card don't fit, then you can't play the game. It ain't gonna work. So this creator right here, our creator, the one that dealing with us, he got melanin. He got melanin. How you can't. The melanin is where the communication coming in there. So how you gonna deal with you if he got blonde hair and blue eyes and he white and you got melanin? It's disconnect. So that's how you connect the dots. See that? The melanin is connected to the dots. Yeah. Moses. Come on now. You know, people he created on 6 days. 6-day people in 8-day man. He put melanin in him so he can communicate with him. He got 7 angels that communicating with him. And so you gotta, so let's look at it. Let's look at it right quick. Numbers. Mm. Okay, let me go back here right quick. Okay, so right here it says Moses, Miriam was speaking against Moses, right? And the Lord came down, it says in chapter 12, verse 1, Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married, for he had married an Ethiopian woman. And they said, have the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses, which he have not spoken also by us? And the Lord heard it. Now, the man Moses was very meek, above all men which were upon the face of the earth. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out, ye three, out of the tabernacle of the congregation. And they three came out. And the Lord came down in the pillar of a cloud, stood in the door of the tabernacle, and called Aaron and Miriam. And they both came forth. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, will make myself known unto him in a vision. See that? And I will speak to him in a dream. That's the melanin. That's this burl. That's what making the skin the way it is. It's the melanin. And the only way you can talk to him through the melanin. So the European ain't got no melanin. So come on. Like I said, 1 + 1 is 2. So you see that. It's got to be him. This creator. He tell you how he look. You see how they look. See how Abraham look. No, come on. Come on, with it, man. This Hebrew 101. See that? Hebrew 101. That's Moses. You ain't got to fumble with it. That's how he look. That's how the Lord of hosts look. See me on them. One with my guns. We all synchronized. Okay? Is there something? Okay. Anybody got any comments so far? Any questions?
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about when you're talking about those characteristics. I was thinking about how you were saying that once before about how even their pupils are not even melanated.
Right.
They
And it's something wrong, but we don't can't register with us.
yeah.
Ain't there
I was
something?
thinking about the snake and the cat and how the snake has a different coloring in its eyes and the slits in its eyes, and the cats and I just, when you're talking about the animals, the two sides of animals, like you have the animals that are not that can be domesticated, they're not.
Right.
I'm just thinking about that because
Right.
just
And
looking at
that ain't registered. We read over that. Right.
yeah.
Star, that go back to when Leonard talked about the reptiles and their eyes and all of that stuff right in the book of The Biggest Secret by David Icke, where it covers the reptiles. That's a great book. If you don't have it, try to get it. It
I
talks
did
about
order that.
Did you?
Yeah. Okay. Because I knew it was like they talk about the reptilian blood.
Yes.
Okay. I gotta look because that's just interesting to me. And I'm looking at the lion. The lion does not have those slits in his eyes.
Right.
The cat and the snake, and they both hiss, some connection. It's a cat, but it's a different, the domesticated cats always frighten me. I know some people love cats, but they always, the eyes were too much like snake eyes. And then I said, let me look at the lion, and the lion's eyes are round. They don't have those slits.
Right. And the lizard and all of that stuff. It's creepy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'll look at that. I bought that book.
Right. So here go a question right quick. So it says this story of Noah being albino untrue. Like I was telling you before. Look at this. Let me show you this right quick. Yeah. I was telling you about how the Most High made how the Most High how the Most High got when he created the land, he brought it out of the water, and he said, and the land was good. So if you got a desert, then where did it what happened? Something had to happen in between the time you got the desert and then the time when we first had made it when it was good. So something had to happen. Right. So look at this right here. And this is gonna answer your own question. Okay. Okay, let me get this over here. So, here we go. So you tell me. So, is a Noah albino? They go albino. Is Noah albino? He goes Yahweh. Is it Noah albino? Come on. So, who did the Most High change? Curse. He cursed Cain. They got Hotel records. So now they're trying to bring themselves, trying to raise themselves up. And like I said, go back to the story with Noah. They want you to make you think Noah after the flood was a drunk. He wasn't no drunk. They denigrated him. They got you thinking that Jacob was a usurper. When Jacob made a deal with Esau and told him, you know, give me the birthright and I'll give you this pottage. He ain't hoodwinked him. And then when it was time for him to get the blessing, all Esau had to tell Isaac was, I sold him my birthright. What you getting all mad about? Jacob ain't no usurper, but they ain't got, Esau ain't got hotel records. He denigrating all our forefathers. But we can't see it. Okay. Okay. Hope that answers the question. Yeah, I was looking at what Andre had on here too. He says the ancient name of Africa was a Kubalon, mother of mankind, or Garden of Eden. This is the real and true African's feeling. Okay, yeah. Appreciate that. Right. So, like I was saying, anybody else have anything?
So you were saying Mark before that Japhet is the one that slept with Noah's wife, and it wasn't even the Hamites.
No. When you go back and look at who's who, then you see it was him. So before the flood, like I was saying, what they was doing before the flood was, and even after that, the Greeks are the ones that get together with the orgies. The mamas, daddy, sister, brother, everybody get together and have a big old orgy. That's what they was doing. And let me read that. So it says this is another one of the books. I told you the book's been scattered. Just like this light got scattered, the books got scattered with it. That's what is not registering in our mind. They hoodwinked us on that. I don't find it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I don't see the book. I don't see my book out of me. So anyway, what the book says is that before the flood, the children of Cain was sleeping inbreed and all that with each other till it got to the point where they couldn't distinguish brother from sister from mother, and all that, because they was having all these incestual relationships and all that. So Most High told Noah, go and get a male and a female from all flesh. He went and got Japhet from Cain's descendant. So as soon as the water receded, it came out the boat. Like I said, Snake told the man, you picked me up off the ground when I was sick. And then as soon as I got well, I bit you. The man said, why you biting me? He said, I'm a snake. So as soon as the water receded and they got out the boat, then he picked back up what they were doing for the flood. Noah was over there asleep. He went in there and slept with Noah's wife, raped her, and got Canaan. Then when Noah woke up, he said, what is this that you've done? Well, that's the same question was asked in the garden. What does the serpent do? He slept with Eve and got Cain. And then Japhet slept with Noah's wife. There's a woman involved in both stories, but they didn't trick it out with the wording. So he slept with Noah's wife and got let's look at it. Let me read that right quick. It says, okay. Okay. I find this paper, man. They got all basically came apart. Okay. Let me see. So anyway, it says that Ham saw the nakedness of his father, right? And told his two brothers it was out. So, but when you go to Leviticus, right quick, go to Leviticus, it's gonna tell you what nakedness means. So I'm in Leviticus chapter chapter 18, verse 7. Leviticus 18:7 says, the nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not uncover. Uncover means sleep with. She is thy mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. The nakedness of thy father's wife shalt thou not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. So Noah's nakedness is his wife. So that's telling you it's a woman there. But they didn't trick it off. I don't want you to understand that. So Japhet, when you understand what they were doing before the flood, Japhet went in to Noah's wife, raped her, and then she could see Canaan because wasn't no Canaan on the boat. So Noah woke up and seen what his eldest son was, but ain't none of his son. And he said, "Cursed be Canaan." Well, who is Canaan? Ain't no Canaan get on the boat. Canaan is the product of what Japhet did. She conceived and she had Canaan, and he cursed. And we know what curse means. So then you go to the land of Canaan. Well, that's where the giants came to. That's what these angels coming down to, dealing with this cursed race. That's what they sleeping with. Just like the Lucifer came to Cain. They're dealing with these people that's cursed. And that's how you get into these giants. Yeah. So let that frame. So Leviticus 18, chapter 18, you can read all that. They tell you what nakedness means. You know?
Yeah, that's amazing. I just
Right.
noticed.
So just like in the garden, it's a woman there. And then she's looking at the serpent. He says she saw he was good to look upon. Ain't no tree. Yeah, I ain't seen nobody standing outside looking at no tree, no apple tree or orange tree, desiring it and looking at it all sideways. So there ain't no tree. He's the tree of knowledge of good and evil. He's the only one know good and evil. He was kicked out of heaven because he started bringing about evil. So he the tree of knowledge of good and evil. And she's sitting there. He's the most beautiful thing the Most High created. And she's sitting there desiring him. And then he say she took the fruit thereof. Well, what's the fruit? You don't take a rocket scientist to figure out what the fruit is. And that's how he got Cain.
They had us thinking it was an apple all this time.
Yeah, there ain't no apple.
It didn't make sense anyway. Yeah, it makes it so clear, you know.
Right. Okay. Is this something? So anyway, I was telling you about let me get this right quick. Yeah. We got about 15 minutes. So it says that going to the east. It says the Middle East. I was telling you about the Africa is Eden. The Middle East is Garden of Eden, where it says the kind of garden eastward of Eden. That's in Genesis chapter 2, verse 8. Then it says Solomon in chapter. Let me go there. 2 Kings. So I'm just setting up a foundation for a greater conversation tonight. So 1 Kings chapter 8. So we see these people that I'm showing you, these people burrow with the brown, they are moving to the east. He said the man whom he formed, he put him in the garden, which is in the east of Eden. So I'm in 1 Kings, Solomon praying after he built the temple. Okay, 8 and 44. Says, Solomon says, if thy people go out to battle against their enemies, wheresoever thou shalt send them, so that wherever they go in the future and wherever, and shall pray unto the Lord toward the city which thou hast chosen, and toward the house that I have built for thy name, then hear thou in heaven their prayer and their supplication, and maintain their cause. So the house is to the east. It's to the east. Right? So now we're going to Genesis chapter 12, chapter 11, verse 2. Okay. Chapter 11, verse 2 says, Can't find it in my Bible. All flipped off. It says that the people that they travel to the east, they going to the east. They went to the east and they found a plane in the land of Shinar. So they always move to the east. You know, like I say, I'm telling you that because a lot of people don't pay attention to that. So with that being said, got one more thing. I showed you where Enoch ascended, and then they took that same story and they put it. They got JC ascended. So then they call him Enoch. They call him JC, son of man, right? So we in Enoch chapter 71. Gotta let this stuff ferment. So I'm in Enoch 71. Okay. I'm in Enoch chapter 71. It says, and also I told you those four angels that was carrying the Most High throne. I told you they was, right? It said, verse 20, and the head of days came with Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, and Phinehas. That's four angels. That's the four that's carrying the throne. And thousands and 10,000 angels without number. A large portion of the sex is thought to have been located here, right? It said 22. And the angel who talked to me came to me, this Enoch talking, and greeted me with his voice and said unto me, this is the Son of Man, who is born under righteousness, and righteousness abide over him, and righteousness of the head of days forsake him not. The head of days, this explains who the head of days is. So Yahweh. See, Yahweh preside over him, the head of days. And he is Enoch, said unto me, the angel said unto him, he proclaimed unto thee peace in the name of the worlds to come. See that? Talking about Enoch. 25. For from hence has proceeded peace since the creation of the world, and so shall it be unto thee and forever and forever and ever. So this is Enoch, the son of man. So that tell you right there, he ain't sin no JC. 26. And all shall walk in his ways. See that? In his ways. Enoch. Since righteousness never forsaken him. With him, Enoch will be the dwelling places, will be their dwelling places. And with him, Enoch, their heritage. And they shall not be separated from him. See that? So they're killing JC. He said, they ain't gonna never be separated from Enoch. Said, for ever and ever. And so there shall be a length of days that with this Son of Man and righteousness shall have peace and uprightness in an upright way in the name of the Lord of Spirit forever and ever. So this is why we didn't have no access to this book for the longest, because they concocted JC off of Enoch. Right? So one more. So it says that Jesus was hidden in the beginning. He was hidden in the bosom of the Father, but that's the reason nobody ain't know where he was at, right? So let's look at that. I'm in Enoch chapter 12. It says, verse 1. Before these things, Enoch was hidden, and no one of the children of man knew where he was hidden, and where he abode, and what had become of him. And his activities had to do with the watchers, and his days were with the holy ones. And I, Enoch, was blessing the Lord of majesty and the King of the ages. And lo, the watchers called me and said unto me, Enoch, thou scribe of righteousness, go, declare to the watchers of heaven, who have left the high heavens and the holy eternal place, and have defiled themselves with women, and have done as the children of the earth do, and have taken unto themselves wives. So right here, if you got the son, but you think you show up right here, it's a lie. That's why he ain't showing up. So see what I'm saying? It's Enoch that was hidden, and nobody knew where he was at. So they took that. Like I say, I could have trained a baboon to do that. All he did was bumped Enoch out of the picture and put JC there. you know. But like I said, it's, now in 2021, it's got us perplexed. But it's something simple once you see it. All he did was replace Jesus with Enoch. That's all these clowns did. It's the council of Nicaea. Constantine needed a god. Like I told you, it's the beast. They keep telling you the beast is a man. The Antichrist is just coming. It's a beast is a system. So the Roman Empire had received a wound in the head. That's the beast. They had sacked it. Those Visigoths and those Vandals, those giants that was on the other side of the wall that Hadrian had built. He built this wall because he was keeping those giants out. They broke through the wall and came all the way to Rome, and they sacked Rome. So Rome is the head of the beast, of the fourth beast. So the beast received a wound in the head. Then it was divided into 4 parts. Constantine came back, conquered the other 3, brought the Roman Empire back. The beast that was and is not, but came back. Then he needed a religion. That's when he concocted JC, the Holy Roman Empire. It was the Roman Empire at first. And if you see the wound in the head, those giants sacked Rome, and they lodged in Rome for about 2 years. It caused total chaos in for Roman Empire, and it split up. Like I said, Constantine came, brought it back together. Then he called it the Holy Roman Empire. By that time, they had our records. So they created this religion, Christianity, with JC. They ain't want to invoke the Lord of hosts. Like I told you, when he come, he ain't nothing nice. So they denigrated him, denigrated Messiah, David, and put JC up there. Killed 2 birds, 1 stone. Okay. So with that being said, yeah, one more thing. So this book of Enoch, just for GP, it's the actual name of it is the Book of the Words of Righteousness. So that's what that tells you a whole lot. That's the name of it, the Book of the Words of Righteousness. Okay. So why is that? Why is it the Book of Righteousness? Because Enoch was taken up. He was so righteous. He was so righteous. He was taken up to heaven and shown everything in heaven. So it's the Book of the Words of Righteousness. Enoch speaking righteously, not JC. Yeah. So with that being said, I was going to shine light on something. I showed you that he told David's soul hated the lame and the blind. So I want to paint a picture for you. So can imagine JC coming laying his hand on somebody that's lame. And the effects of that, the reason why they're lame is these defects from these angelic beings sleeping with women. That's where the defects come from. When you go to Israel, the king and the high priest I told you about, the Most High said they can't come in the temple if he said they can have nothing on them that's elongated. So what are you talking about? That's come from the giants. I showed you how they giantism. So they can't come in. He can't come up in that holy of holies with nothing on him, no defects on him. Most High gonna do him something. So here comes JC laying hands on people, healing people, and the reason they lame and blind and all this going on because they from the giants, from the fallen angels. You gotta let that ferment. Come on. Can you imagine Samuel and Ezekiel and all them see him doing that? What they gonna do? Come on. So that ain't how the Most High work. That's why the melanin there. When the baby at conception, the melanin comes. It's a system. It's just like a computer. It's a system of its own within us. When the conception happens, then the melanin come down. The pineal gland secrete more melanin that comes down and surround the fetus. And that's how you get 5 toes. 10 toes, 10 fingers, brown eyes, all that, because the melanin come down there and cover the baby up, cover the fetus up. So if there ain't no melanin, you don't know what the hell you're gonna get, because ain't no melanin. And that's the reason he take the melanin from a person to let you know, something ain't right with this person. I did something to him. And like I say, just get you a drink, Coke or whatever, and sit on the side of the highway for about an hour and see how many people pass by there with a little kid in the back window. Something wrong. No disrespect, but I'm just trying to tell you where it's coming from. We ain't questioning why this happening and where it's coming from. So that's why he said don't let your sons marry them. And don't let your daughters marry them. Because that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna bring those defects into your lineage. And 2021 is all over the place. Because we ain't keeping those statutes and them judgments. Okay? Like I say, let that friend mate. I'm not in the business of trying to offend nobody. I'm just telling you how we laying on the rubber meeting the road. Okay? Any comments before we go?
Enoch 1:3 say, it wasn't for that generation. It was for this generation that we're in right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's the 70th generation. That's what I'm saying. So you're not here on accident. The people that responded to the Most High said out of all the atrocities and everything that happened, the intermingling, interbreeding, all that happened, Most High he ain't got a problem with it. He just pouring his spirit out over everything. And the ones that's got his spirit in them is gonna respond. That's what he mean by sifting. So that's what's happening right now. So you ain't here on no accident. Come on. That's big. You thinking it's something simple. It's huge. It ain't nothing wrong with you. It's something wrong with them. Because they ain't responding. Ain't that something?
That's big.
Oh yeah. So ain't nothing wrong with you. I'm showing you how our forefathers originally looked. Ain't nothing wrong with you. You just all you doing is lining back up. And it don't happen overnight. You gotta, like I say, the Most High, you gotta hear it. Then the Most High gonna deal with it, and then you gonna get it and it register. It's like he said. It's like willows by a water course. That means little by little you get lined out. And the Most High says, "Happy are the feet of the man who come bringing good tidings." Right. So angels have a vision. What's the first thing he do? I mean, the prophet wait on the angel. The angel sent this vision. I'm gonna wait. He gonna come and explain it. Well, you praying and you saying you ain't got no proper understanding this, that, and another. Well, the Most High gonna bring. It's a man coming. It ain't gonna be no baboon or no angel. Most High, he got men that he got in place, just like he got angels. The prophet waiting on the angel. Then when the Pharaoh had his dream, he had Joseph in place. Then Joseph said, a man that know how to deal with dreams, brought Joseph in there. Then Joseph said, give me a few days, let me go out. And when he went, sought the angel, sought the Lord, told him what the deal was. He went back in and told the Pharaoh. Ain't nothing new under the sun. The same thing now. If you didn't pray, you're supposed to be expecting somebody gonna show up. That's how it works. Ain't gonna work no other way. Okay? Any comments before we go? Everybody good?
All good.
Okay.
I'm good. Great class.
Great class.
Yeah. Shalom.
Fantastic.
I'll
Shalom.
see y'all at 6 o'clock. What we're gonna do is part 2 to this. Go into Zerubbabel and how they hit with Zerubbabel in the books. Shalom.
Shalom, everyone.